Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hobbits. Today joined by
Brett
of Anomyces, actually kind of warming up for MGCC. This is actually the McKellar Beer Week right now, and we're going tomorrow, Wednesday.
We're sitting here.
And we're sitting here. And, well, somebody's got to work, you know. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And study. But we're going tomorrow, and well, I was missing some reviews to shoot for the week, and I was like, hey, let's have a pre-gaming session. We're not going too crazy because we're going to be trying a lot of beers this week. But we're checking out some new beer that I got from Beerjum. Beerjum just got a lot of new stuff from, for example, Second Shift Brewing, which this beer's from, and Decadent Ales. And we thought we'd check out some of them. And this one is, as I said, from Second Shift, and they were at Mickler's Beer Festival last year.
Yep.
They're not there this year. It's a new American brewery from St. Louis, Missouri, which is where Perennial's from as well.
Yes, they're from St. Louis.
This will be my first beer from them. I didn't try any of their stuff last year. Did you?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe.
Pretty awesome that Beerjum got some of their stuff. So this is their Technical Ecstasy. It's a Czech lager. So, as you know, we've been, or at least me, well, you've been quite fond lately of lagers as well. And I try to, like, when I see craft breweries nowadays that I kind of hear have good reputations, but I really tend to check out their lagers. Actually, the list, Brett and I just compared the list of beers we want to try on ABCC. Is like, we both have like almost like all the lagers this year, which is funny.
There are a lot of pilsners and lagers.
Yeah,
and it's really nice.
And some oak-aged ones and stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
And bread.
Yeah.
Fermented ones. That's cool.
So that'll be cool. But this one is on 5.4% and is hopped with Bohemian Pilsner malt. It's brewed with Bohemian Pilsner malt and hopped with Sass hops. And it says it has slightly spicy and floral aromas with a medium bodied mouthfeel, soft crackery maltiness, and whatnot, slightly grassy notes. So this should be, Czech lager. So not as snappy, bitter as the German, specifically like the North German. It has a tendency sometimes to have a little bit of diacetyl, which can be okay in the style, but in general, they're hop pronounced. They're not as dry, also because the water profile in Germany is a lot harder, and usually fairly well hopped as well, but maybe not as like snappy and bitter as the German. This one has more malt character though, in terms of like a malt sweetness.
Usually.
But we'll see. This is an American attempt at brewing a Czech style lager. So pour is a classic lager color.
Yeah.
Lightly hazy, golden yellow color, nice white head, and it actually looks like it's, like when you swirl it, it's quite fluffy, the head, which is what you can see. But smelling it from here, it does smell quite authentic to me. So let's take our noses in. Very authentic, really authentic.
It really reminds me of
like Urkel or beers.
Yeah.
It has a much softer like hop character. Like the German ones are a little bit punchier. And I think that's why I like the Germans more, and also the German ones because they have the more bitterness. But it has that with that sweet, velvety maltiness, paired with a light hint of butter. It's like to me. It's not necessarily diacetyl. It can also be like a malt sweetness, but it's like this lightly buttery, bready malt character.
It is like if you just put like a
smallest amount of layer of butter, and it just works
on a piece of bread.
Yeah. And it just works in this style.
Yeah.
And that's fun thing. Sometimes all flavor is not necessarily a bad thing. Like the sulfur component in some German lagers also help complement some of the flavors, which is interesting if it's in low amounts.
But I'm not getting any sulfur.
No, me neither. It's just like it has that light kind of like whiff of buttery. Yeah. But it's like super light.
But otherwise, it has a bit of this slightly fragrant floral.
Yeah, it's
soft
quite floral. Yeah. Like floral. Like rose petals, or
I see that.
It's not like the fruity kind of elderflower vibes, but it's like fragrant, perfumey floral notes. Like that. And then the
very
sweet
delicate.
Malt. Yeah, it smells very nice.
Yep.
Let's try it. Cheers! And thanks to Beerjum for the beer. Check them out. Well, this is super authentic.
Yeah.
It's like the German ones are also quite known for having higher carbonation than the Czech ones. And this is definitely soft on the carbonation.
It's a bit softer carbonation, yeah.
And it's exactly like, it's the softer hop character as well. It's that, again, floral, peppery as well, and grassy.
Yeah.
It's not that citric, actually, which is interesting.
No, it doesn't have much of like a lemony...
No, you often find that in the German ones.
But I still...
It's also quite creamy.
I would actually... I'm mostly hang on to that floral kind of thing. That's the primary taste I get of flavor.
Being 5.4%, you do taste a little bit of not like an alcohol burn, but it's like a slight alcohol flavor, almost like an accompaniment to the rest of the beer. But because of that, it lends a little bit to me to the German Dortmund Export, which is like a stronger Pilsner that's not as well hopped. And they're usually around 5.4, 5.7, sometimes even 6%. It reminds me a bit of that because it has a slight sweet, spicy alcohol type thing. I think it's super light. Paired with the spiciness of the hops, you get a bit of that. Yeah. That's the thing with these kind of beers. The flavors are so fucking delicate. You actually need to, like, when you drink it and you're maybe looking like new in craft beer, you want all the punchy flavors, this just seems like nothing. But when you've been through so many punchy flavors and you go back to basics and actually know how to look for flavors in beers, you realize how delicate and flavoursome a lot of lagers are.
You realize that flavors don't necessarily have to be something that punch you in the face.
Agreed.
It's sometimes it's really nice to find some small details and nuances that are a bit more, what can you say,
and one of
hidden.
Yes, and I think one of the problems as well is like big beer ruined the reputation of the lager for a lot of craft beer people. Like if you have the well brewed lagers, like they have so many subtle nuances and whatnot. It's got some peppery notes as well. Actually, a good amount of pepperiness. I'd say the kind of like buttery malt thing is more there on the aroma. But it definitely has like this sweet malt, like bready vibe going on.
Maybe that sweet malt thing complements to something that reminds me a bit of like pear skin, if that makes sense. It's not sweet, but if you just think of like the skin.
I can see like that, or like an apple. Really, some of the apples with like really thick skin because it has a little
fruity. It's more like
it has a little bit of bitterness. Actually, the skin. Yeah, I can see what you mean actually. But I think it's a pretty good Czech lager. Pretty dead on style wise.
I really like it.
It's very good. Like not like blown away, not the best lager I've had. I prefer German over the Czech ones because of the hop character on them. But I think like 88, 90, something like that in that range. Maybe 90, straight 90.
89.
Right in between. Yeah. It's around that area, I'd say. Like pretty much a benchmark. Example of style, like if you want to see,
it's like a 3.75 on tap.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I agree. And like if you live near a second shift, go get this instead of imported Czech beer because this is probably fucking great fresh at the brewery.
It's really true to style, I think.
Yeah, because this is now how old? It's from December.
It's like 5 months. Yeah, so it's quite impressive actually.
Yeah, it's probably a whole lot better when you have it straight at the brewery. So if you guys had a chance to try the Second Shift Brewing Technical Ecstasy, let us know what you thought of it. Definitely check this one out. Don't just get their hazy stuff. Check out their Pilsner as well. And thanks to the Beer Gym for this one. You can get it on their website. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe to the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we're going to say cheers.
Cheers.
And see you guys in another beer review.